Holy bloody freaking all the kinds of hell out there. My God, what a journey it's been between the last time I was here and now. Jeez. I got stories for you guys. Oh, I got stories. Oh, do I have stories. So, I figure I might as well do that while I play some Fall Guys and not just sit at a screen the entire time. I won't bore you with that the entire way through. Turn off the music. I don't know why I have it on right now. That is silly of me. Spotify, go away. There we go. So, here is the fun of what I've gone through in the past. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you the story in a second because I just realized something. You see the new costume here? You notice that Sonic has a bottom now. Finally came up. I'm a fully fledged Sonic. But wait, there's more. I can't in good conscience possibly be Sonic anymore because the bottom half of the banana water can just came up. So guess what, Sonic? You're gonna have to take a back seat because banana water is king. That is, I don't make the rules. That's just the rules. It's gotta be how it is. Now I just gotta figure out what friggin' color to make it. I guess we gotta do some sort. Oh, it's pretty much a golden yellow. Well, that probably makes sense. Oh, but that's like clearly banana yellow. Never mind. We have a winner. Wait, my feet are... I don't think I can do one color with it, can I? Wait. Smartened it out. We're done. All right, we're banana water now. Okay. So story time. Story time. So, this PC that I have is getting close to about a year old since I got it. And it's been needing some upgrades because it's pre-built and I got it pretty cheap. Go figure. One of the big ones right off the bat was an SSD, and when I tried to do it a long time ago, I learned that it's really hard in my system. I don't know why. Acer, which is specifically the company that made this PC, decided to be a real bunch of jerks and make it really difficult to get to the SSD, because the SSD, or the M2 slot I should say for the SSD, is underneath a bunch of power cables and also underneath the CD drive. So in order to get to that drive, in order to get out to the slot, I had to pull out manually the CD drive, pull the entire front off of the computer, pull the bracket out that I needed to, put the SSD in, and put all that crap back in. That was a lot of work. So I was already excited because I'm like, cool, I'm finally getting a new SSD. These things are going to really ramp up the speed on this thing. Obviously, not having to spend 3 minutes waiting for my computer to start up every bloody time. That's pretty damn awesome. And it should have been. Except it started up cleanly, it was nice, and then it crashed within 10 minutes, which is not nice. Not at all. In fact, it's actually pretty bad. Almost like me playing Fall Guys, which is pretty bad. But enough about Fall Guys, let's go back to the SSD. So everything seemed swimmingly, except for, the whole crash thing, which is kind of a problem. Not the most ideal thing for a computer. You kind of want it to, run. I know, pretty shocking, right? But, that was the goal. So I fiddled around with it a bunch, trying to figure out, okay, ow. That's not what I did with the SSD, although in my heart I definitely was owing a lot. So I tried to figure out what was wrong, and I did a bunch of ideas to try to do it. And this is on like a Friday night, by the way. And by about 11, 12 o'clock Friday night, I'm just like, you know what? I'm spending way too long on this. I'll sleep on it. I'll get a better crack at it in the morning when, I have my wits of me. And that was the plan, and that guy's an asshole. So that was my plan. I got up in the morning. Well, I guess I didn't. I kind of more got up around noon, so maybe not so much the morning, but you get the point. I was lazing that day. Also, I was pretty stressed out because I put in a new SSD and it wasn't working. That was not great. But I went back to it. Everything seemed to be, about the same. Still, okay, that didn't work. Everything was still relatively the same, like it was still crashing quite a bit. Not happy about that, so, we're still trying stuff. And eventually I just gave up. So I figured, you know what, I'll just take all the stuff that I really need to keep on my hard drive, no problem. I'll wipe everything, do a fresh install of Windows, everything will be fine. No worries, it should go a lot better. Because whatever problem is going on now could also have to do with like what I've had on the computer already. Maybe something's just kind of conflicted with it. Whatever. Did all that. Took a little bit of time though, because apparently for some reason, neither of my drives, even after they were wiped, wanted to install Windows, which is not what you want to see when you suddenly have a multi-$100 box that you no longer can use for anything because there is nothing on either drive. So I tried a few things. Eventually I got it to just install properly because, as it turns out, apparently sometimes if you download a Windows Media Creation tool on a USB, it doesn't do it properly. So I didn't have the full install, I guess. I don't know, because as soon as I did a reinstall on the USB stick, it worked out perfectly fine. Okay, cool. We got it installed now. Surely things will go fine now. Nope, still crashing every 15-20 minutes. So I'm like, okay, this might make more sense though, because I obviously don't have all the drivers installed, so I start slowly piecing the PC back together, getting all the graphics drivers and the audio drivers and everything else kind of put up to speed. Still crashing. And now at this point, it's Sunday and I'm getting stressed out of my mind. So it's been already like 2 days. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do anymore. And then finally, after another 1,000 different attempts, it crashed, but with a different error message, this time saying memory management. Oh, that's a different code. I wonder what this one means. And it says, oh, it could be RAM related. So a part I didn't tell you in the story is that the same time I put the SSD in, I put in a new set of RAM because I already have 24, excuse me, and I have one more 8GB stick left to put in there and max it out at 32. I could obviously do more, but I think 32 is that point where you're already laughing yourself to the bank at that point. Now, I didn't understand why that could be the problem, but stranger things have happened. So, I took it out, and lo and behold, no more crashing since. And that was where it should have ended. I should have been happy from that point on. And then on Monday, I realized some other issues were still existing that I hadn't figured out yet. So my audio was, if I plugged in a Bluetooth speaker set, it would be fine. I had to reinstall Bluetooth drivers a few times to kind of get that working, but it would have been fine. Except if I use my headphones, or I guess use a basic speaker set if I had one, it didn't register any volume. That's a bit of an issue. That's not great. So I'm spending Monday now trying to figure that out, and I managed to piece together that for whatever reason, when I installed the audio drivers, they didn't install everything, I guess, because as soon as I reinstalled it again, it was fine. So I'm already mad again, and I'm like, okay, well, it's pretty late. Maybe I can try a quick stream, who knows? And then I realized that, oh crap, Streamlabs hasn't saved all of my settings, and I can't get my capture card to translate its audio signal to my computer. Video was working just fine, but no audio was coming through. And that wouldn't be like the worst thing. I can put something over it if I had to, but I kind of like having the game audio there because I usually route it through my headset so I can hear what's going on. So all these things combined, it's not great. And I just gave up at that point. I'm like, screw it. I'll come back to you guys around like Wednesday when I do this. Sure enough, here I am on Wednesday. Well, as it turns out, when you, my throat is getting really phlegmy again today, which is not nice. Also, finishing Fruit Shoot is always happy for me because that rarely happens. So it turns out that in order to capture on PlayStation devices, you have to go into your HDMI settings and enable, I think it's HDCP or something like that, something around those lines. It's pretty easy toggle, it's just a toggle on and off. And when I toggled that off, it was while Streamlabs was up. And apparently, you usually have to restart the PlayStation before it takes full effect on these programs. So all I would have had to do is just turn off my PlayStation, and I ended up turning off my PC as well just for safe, just for shits and giggles at that point. And now it worked. So it's like 9 o'clock on a friggin' Monday night. I'm like, well, there's no point in streaming now. I guess I'll see you guys Wednesday. But from basically Friday at about 7 p.m. till pretty much Monday, almost the same time, I just had so many issues with this PC. And now it's amazing and I don't care anymore, but those were 3.5 kind of really fun days. I don't miss it. I really don't. That's for damn sure. I am so happy that I now have a computer that freaking starts up in like 15 seconds. That is amazing, and I don't think I can ever go back from that. I don't. It's like anything else. Once you have like the best of something, you never want to go back to what you used to. It's not like playing the PS5. You know, now seeing the load times on a lot of games, it's like, dude, I could never go back to my PS4. I mean, I do because I use it as like my exercise console. I have a exercise bike next to a small ass little TV, and I basically like bike while I'm playing like MLB The Show or something. Like, it doesn't take a lot of effort. So I'll still deal with it then, but if I'm having a gaming device of choice, it's my PS5, and it's never going to change now because that SSD is everything. And now that I have it on a PC, yeah, it's definitely the same thing too. I don't think I could ever buy, like, it'll be a long time before I ever buy a PC again, so maybe only an hard disk drive is only going to be like super cheap options. Maybe if, you know, you get something at a decent price, the SSD is always going to come with it now, especially if SSDs get cheaper. Who knows what happens in the next like 5-6 plus years. You never know. But if I had the choice, I don't care what card is in that system. I'm getting the SSD one. Unless it's a really stupid deal on like a hard disk drive computer that has like a 3070, and I can just take my SSD out and put it in there. Maybe there's that case. But if I'm just getting straight up a new computer and just taking everything and just not keeping anything around, like it's just a fresh build and all I want is like the best build, there's no way you could ever buy an HDD ever again. It's impossible. I would never do that to myself.